What's going on? We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. We in the building, and some breaking news coming through social media news wire. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But don't forget, Boxer 1-on-1 early morning grind every morning, Monday through Friday, right here, Goodfellas Sports TV, our live boxing talk show at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you miss it, it'll still be up on YouTube. Okay, it'll still be up. But if you miss it and don't want to watch the YouTube application through the YouTube app, you got to have it on. Check out the podcast link. You can listen to the podcast and be able to still surf the net and do other things on your phone. And the podcast link in the description, click it. It's free 99, totally free. Sign in with your Facebook, Google account, and you can roll and listen to us all day and enjoy some of the other podcasts and other things the Castbox has to offer. But apparently, Gervonta Tank Davis won't be fighting in December. I kind of warned you guys that all these fights that you were hearing that was going to be on the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury card, I was pretty sure that card was going to look nothing like it potentially sounded like it was going to look. They do it every time. One of my homies had to tell me it to humble me a little bit. And we'll talk about the undercard towards a little bit middle of the video. All right, that what I'm hearing about the undercard. But apparently Gervonta Tank Davis, after being arrested earlier this year, okay, for whatever he done, I'm not going to just go into that again. Apparently him and Floyd are still butting heads. Floyd wants to be his trainer. Okay, I'm not saying this is 100% the reason why, but Floyd wants to train him, wanted to send his whole team home from Vegas and personally train Gervonta Tank Davis. Davis didn't like the way Tank had sent his whole team home. Tank went back to Baltimore, got a little spat into a bar, got arrested. And now it's looking like Gervonta Tank Davis will not be fighting. He will not be fighting on December 1st, on December period. Maybe Floyd wants to save Gervonta Tank Davis for his own personal card in the tune-up or for the Pacquiao card. But Gervonta Tank Davis has been very, very inactive. I think they said he fought once in the last 14 months, but I know he fought Clay. I was there for that fight. Then before that, he fought in September, or was it August, on the Conor McGregor Mayweather card. So he ain't fought that often. Okay. And then before that, I think it was the Leon Welsh fight. So he hasn't been active at all. And I don't know if this has something to do with his arrest, some of his trouble, or Floyd want to personally train him and Gervonta Tank don't want it. And people on Twitter are telling him that, how's retirement? He says going well, very, very inactive. He's frustrated. He wants to fight more. And is this Floyd making it personal because Tank don't want to exclusively train with Mayweather? He wants to train with his own team. Who knows? But this little tit for tat thing, it got to stop. If somebody has to step in like Al Heyman and say Gervonta Tank Davis and pull him to the side, Floyd is obviously not a good promoter, okay? Everything he started promoting to fight against, he's become, okay? He's become Bob Arum. He's doing Bob Arum-ish things. I mean, he's going beyond what Bob Arum did. He's doing things worse than Oscar De La Hoya, who his arch rival has done as a promoter. Certain things that Oscar would have never done to Canelo Alvarez or any other fighter on his stable that Mayweather's doing, okay? Plenty of things. And, for this kid to be so exciting, so young, 23 years old, and be so inactive because, if it ain't Floyd way, it can't be done. Look, bro, you're not his trainer. You're not his mama. You're not his daddy. You're not his guardian. You his promoter. You work for Tank. You supposed to be promoting Tank, marketing Tank, letting Tank move with you and rub shoulders with the movers and the shakers, putting them in position to double, triple his money, putting them on billboard ads, getting them these endorsement deals. You supposed to be making Tank an entity. You supposed to be making sure Tank don't inflate or deflate his tires on the potholes that you did. You supposed to make sure Tank got a good, clean image, not out here doing bad stuff. Teach them. Don't be like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Just be like, all right, don't make the same mistake, and be cool with them. And then when you need to delegate power to Al, who had Al Heyman come in there and try to steer him. They trying to tell this dude what to do, and he feel like he a boss. He worth a couple $100,000 or $1 million, whatever he worth. He feel like he ain't got to listen to nobody. Okay, he feel like he above Floyd. And it's a shame because that's a perfect fight perfect card for the Deontay Wilder Tyson fight, Tyson Fury fight. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Abner Mares. That's a perfect fight. Abner Mares, Southern LA, you got a power punching, good boxer, aggressive fighter versus Abner Mares. That's a great fight for Wilder and Fury card, for the demographic of LA. And it sounds like Floyd don't want it to happen. And remember, when Floyd shelved Tank before, he shelved him before because Tank didn't want to train in Las Vegas. He wanted to train home in Baltimore. Yet Floyd was right, because I believe not too long after that, Gervonta Tank Davis got into it with a best friend. He punched his best friend in his face with a boxing glove on at the gym, and his best friend sued him. Then around that same time, he got pulled over for tickets and not having a license or a suspended license. So Floyd was right. Floyd is trying to tell him right, but he don't feel like he got to listen to Floyd. Floyd is out here, doing the stuff that he telling him not to do. Okay, Floyd is out here being immature and all types of stuff, and that's on, and that's on them, man. Floyd is trying to be more than a promoter. He trying to be somebody daddy, somebody personal guardian, parental guardian. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. But what I'm hearing about the Jared Hurd, okay, what I'm hearing about, I said Jared spilled the beans. What I'm hearing about the Wilder Fury undercard, I'm hearing Jared Hurd might be in a tune-up on there. Okay, I'm hearing Chavez and Angulo might be on there. I'm hearing Joe Joyce versus Jared Washington might slide up on there. So the Julio Cesar Chavez and Angulo fight, that's tentative on if Chavez Jr. don't go to the zone and fight Sergio Martinez in the rematch. So you're hearing several different fights being on this undercard. Now, I'm pretty sure, even though, Chavez Jr. amongst, hardcore boxing fans in America, nobody care about him, but they would love to get him on that card to sell that card. So now the Tank and Abner Mares won't happen on that card. I don't even know if it's going to be possible to have Leo Santa Cruz or Gervonta Tank Davis slide up on this card. And I say that because they see these tickets, if these tickets are flying off the rack, like they say they flying off the rack, okay, off the sales rack, then, that make them feel like, okay, we selling this fight without an undercard. We selling off the strength of Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. That means they're going to water down this undercard. That's less money they got to spend on the undercard. So that mystical, magical, straight fandom undercard that we were seeing with Tank, Mares, Santa Cruz, Russell, and all these other great fights on the undercard, it's definitely going to be watered down from there. Okay? It's definitely going to be significantly watered down. You're going to see more of a Keith Thurman tune-up versus that. Probably you're going to see a Jared Hurd tune-up versus somebody else. You're probably going to see a Luis Ortiz versus, a Areola. I'm just throwing hypotheticals out there. Joe Joyce versus Jared Washington. This card is definitely going to fall significantly short of expectation. I think the only thing that can legitimately say this card is that, Leo Santa Cruz and Gary Russell that can live up to the hype, which I don't think that fight is going to fall on this card as well. Okay? I don't think so. And another thing, Errol Spence might be fighting a Hughes or somebody else of lesser competition on this card. This is starting to look like a superstar or a name-heavy card versus a bum bash on the other side, from what I'm hearing, okay? I'm not saying this is set in stone. When I'm hearing, it sounds like names versus bum bash. This sounds like it's going to be the tune-up undercard, This is going to be the tune-up undercard, so... it is what it is, man. Definitely appreciate everybody for checking out the channel as well. I want to say that before I close it out. But yeah, the undercard is not gonna be as good, and especially when the tickets are really flying off the rack like that. They not gonna really invest a lot of money in this undercard now. If this fight is selling as well as we've been led to believe it's selling, they're not gonna invest a lot of money into this undercard, in my opinion. Okay, that's just what I believe. But it sounds like Tank ain't. Well, Tank said he ain't fighting an undercard. I'll link the Instagram post in the description, or you can go to his Twitter page and cipher through that, and all the information is there. What he's saying, he's very, very vocal on Twitter, very opinionated. Will answer you back directly on Twitter. So if you got a question, Tank is the dude that's going to answer right back to you, okay? It's Goodfella Sports TV. I appreciate everybody for rolling through. Don't forget, if you want to donate to the channel, donation links in the description. And also, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, business email there as well. Is all that information is in the Twitter you probably want to know if you want to connect with me. You can DM me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter again, or you can go to the email if it's business, related. I definitely appreciate everybody for checking us out. Make sure you go ahead and retweet these videos out, screen record them, put them in your boxing groups, share them on your social media, share the Goodfellas Sports TV brand. We still going to be kicking boxing, and we also going to be kicking other stuff like we've been doing for quite some time. And don't forget, Boxing Early Morning Grind, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, our live boxing talk show every morning, Monday through Friday, right here, Goodfellas Sports TV. We gone.